Rama Rama, Hare Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Nitai Gauranga, bolo Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Gaurahari. Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Gaurahari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Ashtottara Satasri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founderacharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Buddha Ki Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Prabhupada Nuga Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Nittai Gaur Premanande. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita this evening from chapter 6, text 40. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Partha Naiveha Namutra Vinashastasya Vidyade Nahi Kalyana Krit Kaschid Durgatim Tata Gacchati. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Son of Pritha, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with destruction either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. Please repeat. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O son of Pritha, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with destruction either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. Purport in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 5th chapter, 17th shloka, Sri Narada Muni instructs Vyasadeva as follows: Tyaktva swadharmam charanam bhujam harer bhajan apakho atapate tato yadi yatra kva va bhadram abhudhamushyakim ko varta apto abhajatam swadharmatah. If someone gives up all material prospects and takes complete shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then this in any way. On the other hand, a non-devotee may fully engage in his occupational duties and yet not gain anything. For material prospects, there are many activities, both scriptural and customary. A transcendental is supposed to give up all material activities for the sake of spiritual advancement in life, Krishna consciousness. One may argue that by Krishna consciousness one may attain perfection if it is completed, but if one does not attain such a perfectional stage, then he loses both materially and spiritually. It is enjoined in the scriptures that one has to suffer the reaction for not executing prescribed duties. Therefore, one who fails to discharge transcendental activities properly becomes subjected to these reactions. The Bhagavatam assures the unsuccessful transcendentalist that there be no worries. Even though he may be subjected to the reaction for not perfectly executing prescribed duties, he is still not a loser because auspicious Krishna consciousness is never forgotten. And one so engaged will continue to be so even if he is low-born in the next life. On the other hand, one who simply follows strictly the prescribed duties need not necessarily attain auspicious results if he is lacking in Krishna consciousness. The purport may be understood as follows. Humanity may be divided into two sections, namely the regulated and the non-regulated. Those who are engaged simply in bestial sense gratification, without knowledge of their next life or spiritual salvation, belong to the non-regulated section. Those who follow the principles of prescribed duties in the scriptures are classified amongst the regulated section. The non-regulated section, both civilized and non-civilized, and strong and weak, are full of animal propensities. These activities are never auspicious, because while enjoying the animal propensities of eating, sleeping, defending, and mating, they perpetually remain in material existence, which is always miserable. On the other hand, those who are regulated by scriptural injunctions and who thus rise gradually to Krishna consciousness certainly progress in life. Those who are following the path of auspiciousness can be divided into three sections, namely 1. The followers of scriptural rules and regulations who are enjoying material prosperity. 2. Those who are trying to find ultimate liberation from material existence. And 3. Those who are devotees in Krishna consciousness. Those who are following the rules and regulations of the scriptures for material happiness may be further divided into two classes: those who are fruit workers and those who desire no fruit for sense gratification. Those who are after fruitive results for sense gratification may be elevated to a higher standard of life, even to the higher planets, but still, because they are not free from material existence, they are not following the truly auspicious path. The only auspicious activities are those which lead one to liberation. Any activity which is not aimed at ultimate self-realization or liberation from the material bodily concept of life is not at all auspicious. Activity in Krishna consciousness is the only auspicious activity, and anyone who voluntarily accepts all bodily discomforts for the sake of making progress on the path of Krishna consciousness can be called a perfect transcendentalist under severe austerity. And because the Eightfold Yoga system is directed towards the ultimate realization of Krishna consciousness, such practice is also auspicious. And no one who is trying his best in this matter need fear degradation. Om Tat Sat, Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Welcome to everybody on this auspicious, wonderful occasion of a Sunday evening session with all of you. We are reading from that section called Dhyana Yoga in the 6th chapter. And Krishna is assuring, because Arjuna is asking a question, if I take up this whole process of spiritual life and if I fail in that, what will happen to me? What will happen to me? This is the question everybody has in the back of their mind. I am leading a good material life, I got good job and I've got everything going fine, but I have read Bhagavad Gita and I feel I must do this. But for doing this and dedicating myself to, sometimes I have to leave that. Many things there I have to leave. But if I leave there, then I'll become failure there. And if I accept here and I do, and here also I fail, what will happen to me? Fail there, fail here. It will be disaster. So Arjuna is asking, what will happen if I attempt this path and then I don't become successful? I fall down. What will happen to me? Very practical question. So Krishna is answering by saying, Partha naideha namutra nahi kalyana kaschit. He's saying that kalyan means auspicious things. Auspicious, nice things that you do towards your spiritual life. They are permanent. You will get permanent benefit for that. That account is separate for you. You will always increase in that. You will never lose. On the contrary, what is the use of doing all your material activity very perfectly if you're not taking up spiritual life in the human form of life? Because the aim and goal of human life is to achieve the absolute, achieve the supreme, and become perfect in self-realization, in God realization. If you don't achieve anything in that direction, what is the use of everything that you're doing? Because that is the purpose. It's like telling your son, or your son is telling you, Father, I'm going to college. I finished my schooling. Now I have a little freedom. So in college, your father is expecting that you will finish your engineering degree and you will do your MS in the United States of America and you will get a fantastic job there, and so many things he's thinking about you. Right? But you are instead going to college and doing many other things. You have enrolled for karate. You have become member of the Students Association of so-and-so political party. Then you have done that, you have done this. And maybe you're not even attending college properly. And also you're playing cricket. So your father will tell, Arey Baba, what is the use of doing all these things? I sent you to college to become an engineer. And if you don't land up doing that, what is the use of doing all these things? But the son has a different argument for that. These things are what is giving me really pleasure. I don't want to study. Oh, no, you should not do that. You're a college student. Your duty is to study. And he keeps telling that. He keeps telling that. That is the real goal. That is the real aim. I want you to become an engineer. I want you to look after my industry later. I want you to do MBA after that. I want you to get experience and then take over the business and da 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 da. But the son has got a different idea. So, what is the use of doing all that? You're going to get your engineering degree. What's the use of doing all these things very nicely, but not doing that properly? Better you don't do these things at all and you do that properly, perfectly, you're successful. So an argument is brought here. Similar to that, I've given you a crude example. Similar to that, the goal of life, dharma, sanatana dharma, is for a person to realize himself and realize God. If that is not achieved, what is the use of doing so many duties properly? That's the question here. So, even if you do this main duty little bit also, you will not lose. It is much better to do this thing a little bit improperly than to do everything very perfectly. This is the logic in the Bhagavad Gita. What is the use of playing cricket and becoming member of the political party student wing and doing all? In what way does it contribute to getting your engineering degree properly? What is the use of doing all that very nicely and not doing this properly? Same logic. If you don't do the real goal of life, you're a human being, you're born here, there is a goal of life, there is a pathway that is mentioned, that is called dharma, sanatana dharma. If you don't execute that, what is the use of executing everything else very nicely? So Arjuna is being told that main job, even if you do a little bit, even imperfectly you do, even unsuccessfully you do, still you are very successful. Why? At least you attempted. At least you attempted it. So if you don't attempt, very bad. Just like if you don't attempt to get your engineering degree after getting admitted inside, very bad. What's the use of doing everything else? So we must understand the aim and goal of life, the purpose of life, and that we should execute. The aim and goal and the purpose of life for a human being is to get connected with the Supreme Lord. That's called yoga. The process of connecting with the Lord is called yoga. If you don't do that, you are a useless fellow. You are a useless. So there are many types of people in this world. Some of them are disciplined to do that paka. Some of them do this and that together. They follow some regulative principles and do this and that together. Most of the people try to struggle these two together. Some of them completely neglect this and do something else, which is not really part of dharma at all. So all these people are being listed here, varieties of people. So Krishna is telling Arjuna that if you do even a little bit, neha vikramanasvasti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpam apiyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhaya. Swalpam apiyasya dharmasya. In this track of dharma, sanatana dharma, swalpam means little bit. At least little bit if you make progress. Trayate mahato bhaya. Bhaya means fear. Trayate means you'll get liberated, freed from mahato bhaya, the greatest fear. At least you will lose. What is that? You will lose the human form of life. Next janma, at least you will get human life. If you do little bit in this direction. If you don't do, in your next janma, you may be born as a cat in Mexico. Or you may be born as a dog in Timbuktu. Or you may be something else, somewhere, who knows where you are. At least you will be a human being. Why? You have attended dharma. Some of the job which you are supposed to do as a human being, you have done it. Okay, you are qualified to get again human life because you have executed something. So Krishna is very technically telling Arjuna, little bit in this direction at least you do. At least you can come back and try again. Can come back and try again. This is very interesting, important instruction. Most people don't know what is the goal of life. What am I supposed to do here as a human being? People choose all sorts of careers, this, that, everything. Forget the main purpose. Who am I? What is my job description? Where am I? What should I do? That question, $1,000,000 question, nobody has answers for that. For that you have to meet a guru who knows this very well, and he guides you and tells you and teaches you. That's why accepting a bona fide guru is not an option. It is mandatory, it's a must. Very dangerous if you don't do it. Why? What will happen? Next lifetime you may not be a human being. You may degrade yourself very low by performing sinful activities and lose. Of course, you can think next life, no, who's bothered? I don't know what will happen. That's height of ignorance. This is the way people think because nobody teaches anything to anybody. Nobody teaches. Everybody is in the economic race. I will learn this, that, and everything and get employed in this way, earn in this way and all that. But finally you're going to die. Finally you're going to die. It's not permanent, all these things. What is permanent is this Sanatana Dharma, Krishna consciousness. Have you made any progress towards understanding the truth, the reality, the absolute truth? How far have you progressed in your spiritual life? That's how you'll be judged at the end of life. Accordingly, you'll be given your next life. So this is dangerous if you don't attend to it. In another place, Suchinam Shimatam Gehe Yoga Prashto Vijayate. Krishna will tell, don't worry, if you attempt and you are not successful, you don't complete it, in your next life you'll be born in a Suchinam Shimatam Gehe. Suchi means very clean, high class, cultured family. Srimata means, Sri means Lakshmi, means full of wealth. You will be born in a family which is high class and full of wealth. So that from there you don't have to worry about material things. From there again you can start where you left and progress further. This is a special concession given to people who are on this path and who fail. No loss. That's why he's saying there is no loss. In fact, even if you don't do your other material duties properly and do only this, you will be successful. Even if you fail in this path, you will still be successful because again you will be born in Suchinam Shimatam Gehe. So there is no failure as such if you want to go towards Krishna in spiritual life. Little attempt, Swalpam apiyasya dharmasya, your father will immediately recognize you. Ah, very good, you made one step. Very nice. It is very kind and very merciful to give you another chance. Walk now. One more step, come on, come on. He is helping you. So if you want to come towards your father, he will lend a helping hand. And even if you fall down, say, no, don't worry. Come on, get up again. Because you have caught his attention. Because you have caught his attention, he will definitely make you successful. This is the path of Bhakti Yoga. The Bhakti Yoga path, it is mentioned, is very easy because personally Krishna will attend to you and help you. But in the path of Jnana, in the path of Karma, Yoga and all of that, that facility is not there. You will be judged according to your performance. But in Bhakti, Krishna will personally give you a lot of concessions because I am involved directly. Bhakti is about developing relationship with the Lord. So that is why you will see stories of many great devotees. There's a beautiful story of Bharata Maharaj who fell down from a high level of spiritual life. This world is amazing, very, very attractive to the conditioned soul, full of illusion. So even a spiritualist who's going up the track, he can get diverted and fall down. So Krishna is saying, don't worry, again, get up, try. In your next life, in the next lifetime, you will make it very fast. The story of Bharata Maharaj, after whom our country's name is Bharat, is one of the sons of Rishabha Deva. He was a very, very great devotee. He, because of attraction for Krishna, he renounced at a very young age and went off to the forest. It's a beautiful story in the Bhagavad. Bharata Maharaj, Yo Dushchadan Darasutan Suhrid Rajyam Hridi Sprashah Juho Yuvaiva Malavat Uttama Shloka Lalasa. Dustyajan Darasutan Suhrid Rajyam Hridi Sprashah. He gave up his wife, young wife. Darasutan, Sutan means children, Dara means wife. Suhrid Rajyam Hridi Sprashah. Suhrid means very close friends also he gave up. Rajyam, his whole kingdom he gave up, emperor. Hridi Sprashaha, all that is very close to the heart in material life, he gave it up. Why? Uttama Shloka Lalasa. He was very attracted to Krishna and Bhakti. So he said, enough, I've done enough, I am going to the forest. I want to become completely absorbed in Krishna, Bhakti. So he went to the forest, giving up all these things. He went to the forest and started worshipping the Lord and performing tapasya, austerity, and strict discipline. And he was moving very fast up in his spiritual life, getting attraction to the Lord, worshipping Him, and exclusively doing only bhakti. So it is mentioned he was in Bhava Bhakti, great emotion. One fine day, from his small hermitage, river is flowing. He saw something which required his attention. He was being tested. He saw a pregnant deer, very tired, about going to deliver a child. Came there to drink little water, very tired. Trying to drink water a little bit as he was drinking. From the bushes came a tiger quietly. And it made this sound. And the deer heard it. The deer is very sensitive. And he heard it and saw and did not know what to do. I am so tired and pregnant. So my child has to be protected. So it jumped across the bank into the other side. One final effort, because now I'm going to die. Coming from the very close by, the tiger is. So it jumped. He saw the scene from there. Wow. But he's a little too far away to jump immediately. So as it jumped, it delivered this young deer and fell down on the other side of the bank, died. He watched this from there. Then he saw this small deer in the swirling water, just moving. So he could not hold it. He got out and ran, dived into the water and rescued that deer. Small deer, so cute looking. Mother died. He chased the tiger off. He was very powerful. Bharata Maharaj could fight physically with the tiger and kill it. He was so powerful. He's a Kshatriya king. So he was not afraid. Just went and jumped, dived and just saved the deer and brought. He kept in the ashram. Small deer. Oh, you're hungry? I'll go get some milk for you. Brought some milk. Oh, you're so cute, so nice. I'll give you some grass. I'll give you this, fruit, this. He slowly started petting the deer. And he started worrying about the deer. Oh, what happened? Are you safe? Okay. Don't go outside, okay? Stay inside this area. You can play. You become very absorbed in the deer. Slowly, slowly, he stopped doing all the other things. Worshipping the Lord, doing his puja, doing his austerities. Now over a period of time, everything stopped. And the deer started growing a little bit. And the deer became very dear to him. He was kissing the deer, hugging the deer. and then say, come, I'll give you this, come, I'll give you that, playing with the deer. Everything changed for him. Who is this person? Jo Dushchadan Darasutan Hrididrasi. He gave up his wife, children, everything, came to the forest, became attached to deer. So much attachment he gave away. Wealth, kingdom, everything, treasury. He came into the forest and got attached to a small deer. He forgot his Krishna consciousness. And he became so absorbed in the deer that he died thinking of the deer and keeping the deer in his chest. You, what will you do when I go away? He thought like this and he died. What will happen if you think like this and die? The Bhagavad Gita it is mentioned. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam pyajati ante kalevaram tam tam evaiti kaunteya sada tat bhava bhavita. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam. Whatever bhava you have at the time when you leave your body, when you die, that tam tam evaiti kaunteya, the same consciousness you will get in your next life. I was thinking about deer, my deer. Next life he became a deer. He's born as a deer in the same place. How bad? Why? Because I told you we didn't make progress in this direction fully. But this deer was very special deer. What? He remembered his past life. Not an ordinary deer. So in the same ashram he was hanging around nearby and said, what a big blunder I did. What a mistake I did. I got a deer's body now. Because of getting attached to that stupid deer. Ooh. So he became very careful as a deer. He didn't mix with even the other deers. He was hanging around always with the rishis and sages and listening and doing some small seva here and there. And like this he passed. Deer's life is very small. Not with too much. Some 10-20 years or something. Passed away. Next life, he became Jada Bharat. Another wonderful human being. He was born to a Brahmana in a Brahmin family. I told you, no, Suchinam Shrimatam Gehe. Born in a good family. Very pious person. Very God-conscious person. But he had other two brothers also. So as soon as he was born itself, since he was very advanced spiritually, he knew that I have to be very careful. I don't make the same mistake like deer. I will pretend that I am a dead, dumb idiot. So he was called Jada Bharat. Jada, useless fellow. Well, very strong. So two brothers will say, Jadam, why don't you do something? He said, pretty quiet, he did not talk. They hit him, box and all that also, he'll just take it and keep quiet. He is determined, I don't want to interact with this world. I don't want to develop attachment for anybody, anything. Father will tell him, oh Bharata, my dear boy, very affectionate he was to his younger son. And he told him, you see, I'll tell you, going to toilet means muchi. If you go to toilet, then you must take bath. After you take bath, you must do achamanam. We are Brahmin family and you should not touch everything and all that without doing. He will listen to his father. He will first do achaman, then go to toilet. Purposely. First to do it. No, what are you doing? This is complete. Why don't you understand what I'm doing? He will look like a dumb fellow, purposely. He'll do opposite every time. So that they'll say, this fellow is a dumb idiot, don't go near him, just keep him there. So the two brothers also say, idiot, born like this. So they would not give him proper food. They will eat all the food, whatever is burnt underneath and all that, they'll put in the air, eat this. You jada. Don't, fit for nothing. He'll eat everything, whatever they gave, he'll eat. He'll not talk. This way, his name itself became Jada Bharat. So they said he's a useless fellow. He's got a very stout body. Put him in the farm, in the agricultural rice field, like a scarecrow you have, no, to scare away all the birds. They'll put with the hay and this thing. Put him there and paint him like this. Stand there in the sun. You stand. At least scare the birds away. Useless fellow. So you're standing there. He doesn't mind. Whatever you want to do with me, if you kick me, beat me, if you don't feed me, I don't mind. I will not react to anything. But he was an extremely intelligent person. He knows what's going on. He knows God. He knows this pretending. This very good story in the Bhagavatam, I'm just telling you. And one day, a dacoit, big thief, he worships Kali. Every time he's going to rob and thief a big place, he will go and worship Kali and offer a human being. Bali, success, big dacoitry I'm going to do. So I want to give to my dear Kali Bali of a human being. I'm looking for a nice, well-built person. So all the dacoits came and found, hey, look at this fellow standing in the middle of the field. He looks very good. They went and checked him up. Hey, super, come with me. He went. He went. He didn't ask any questions. Come with us. Yes, coming. I said, what a fellow you are. They gave him a slap and I went, not telling anything. Oh, this fellow is a real jada. Very good. Doesn't react to anything. Very nice. Went and told the head man, you got a wonderful person. He's not protesting at all. Is it? Okay. Give him a bath nicely, get ready. They gave him a very good bath, put fresh dress, gave him a big feast, everything he ate. Because they gave him full, everything he ate. He said, my gosh, he's eating so much. He ate everything. Sit down. A very good Bali, this is for Kali. Everything looks very good. He looks very nice also. His body is very good. Take him. Come. They are going to slaughter you. Yes, coming. He went. Went and put him in front of Kali and they sharpened the sword. He's not telling anything. Completely surrendered to the Lord. Kali, big murti of Kali. And these people all danced and did all this offerings and this and that and all that. Finally took out the sword to cut his head and offered to Kali. Just before this happened, Kali came out of that big murti. Wow! She jumped out. You idiot, you fools! And she took that sword and killed all of them. Except Jadabharat. And all her assistants all came and threw and the blood and everything they did. But no, Jadabharat was there watching. Something is going on here. Shooting going on or some movie? What's going on? So I think I am not supposed to be here. So he turned and he just left. He just left. Coolly he left. Kali came and served him, saved him, and told the dacoit, idiot fellow, if you offer a high class, realized devotee like him to me, I will great aparadh. Let him free. Kill you. I will give you, all of you in Bali to myself. Killed all of them, sent him away. He went back to home and again stood in the field. Good meals. Again went to the field and stood. This was Jada Bharat. In his Bharat, the same Bharat, one life as deer, next life as Jada Bharat. And in this way, he was a very highly realized person. So somebody got hold of him and said, hey, a nice body you have got here. The king is coming. I want somebody to lift the palanquin. He put him, come on, you also go. He won't say no to anybody. He put this very tough person. But his mind is thinking something else. But since he's a tough person, other fellows are all Onjan fellows carrying the thing. The palanquin went a little bit like this. Not only that, the Jadabharat will not, when he sees some insects or anything, he will not step on it. Because he sees Krishna there. He sees the super soul there. So he will not bother about the king. He will avoid, he will jump, skip like that. So the king was getting very disturbed inside. So he said, hey, you know how to walk properly? Okay. After some time again some insects and this thing comes, he will. So the king opened it. It was Maharaj Rahugana. He opened and said, "You fat fellow, you don't know how to walk properly. You don't know how to carry away. I'll show you what. I am king, I can just slaughter you, I'll kill you." First time Jadabharat turned around and showed, "Neither am I fat, nor are you king." He just said that. He turned around and told the king, "Neither am I a fat fellow, nor are you king." The king became very surprised. "What? I thought you don't speak." "Stop the goddamn. What did you say? You know who I am? You know who I am? I'm the emperor of the whole world. What did you say?" "I said, you are not king, I am not fat man." "What's the meaning of what you said? Better you tell me, otherwise I'll finish you." "I am spirit soul. I am not fat. Spirit soul is not fat. And you are spirit soul. You are not king. You are spirit soul." He started explaining. The king said, "Who are you? Are you some rishi or sage pretending to be a fat man?" Then he started asking questions. "Put the palanquin down. I want to talk to him. I have a lot of questions to ask." After asking questions, he started answering. He's opening up for the first time. And everybody sat down, started hearing him. Doing fantastic upadesh to the king. And the king surrendered to him, held his feet. "Who are you? Tell me. You're carrying my palanquin. What a big mistake I've made. You got so much knowledge. You're so exalted person. Why are you doing this? How can I understand the absolute truth? How can I understand the Lord Krishna?" And he told him, "People like you will find it very difficult to understand. You will not understand. You will not understand. Mahatpaja Rajobhishekam." He told him, "You take the dust from the feet of a person who is a pure soul, rub it all over and give yourself Abhishekam. There is a chance that you may understand a little bit if you do that." Kings like you know, all the time thinking of gratification, senses, politics, everything, you will never understand. He told him openly, "You cannot understand." So the king became even more enamored. "Please show me some mercy." It's a big conversation. This is Jadabharat. When Jadabharat died, next life he went back to Godhead. This is a story told about Bharat Maharaja in his 3 lifetimes. Bharat Maharaja, 1 lifetime, second lifetime deer, third lifetime Jadabharat. Then he went back directly to God. Suchinam Shimatam Gehe Yogo Prashto Vijayate. Nahi Kalyana Kaschit is telling here, because he rendered service, because he was on the path of bhakti, he will never be destroyed. I will get him back. Just a matter of time, maybe 1 lifetime extra. So this path of bhakti is guaranteed success. So if you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, your path has started. Krishna will make special arrangement to look after you. Continue your devotional service in life. Please chant Hare Krishna, read Bhagavad Gita, put yourself on the track. At least in your next life, you will never become anything but a good human being. At least in your next lifetime, you must be born Suchinam Srimatam Gehe. You may get another chance for Krishna consciousness. But better you finish in this lifetime only. Right? Become successful in this life only. This is a serious subject matter. If you really know who you are, then you will take this seriously. For that, you have to read Bhagavad Gita. If you have never been taught these things, you may not appreciate it. But if you don't appreciate it, doesn't mean that your destination will be something else. Ignorance is punishable. In the human form of life, you're not supposed to be ignorant. You're supposed to learn. That's the business of life. You cannot say, "Nobody taught me, I did not learn, so how can you punish me?" No, supposed to learn. Supposed to learn. When you drive on the roads, you're supposed to know traffic rules. You cannot have an accident and say, "I did not know." They'll punish you anyway. Right? Same way, if you're a human being living in this world, you must know certain rules and regulations and dharma. Dharmo rakshati rakshita hai. If you know dharma and you follow dharma, dharma will protect you. Okay? So these are very simple instructions given by Krishna, made even simpler by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All you have to do to become successful is just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And Prabhupada has written so many books, Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavatam, from which I gave you the story. There are so many wonderful stories about Bhakti in that, and it is so relishable, so nice to read. Please read the Bhagavatam, read the Bhagavad Gita, and in this way make your life successful. Don't lose this golden opportunity of a human life. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. We are only